Hello friends, and welcome to SBK Fishing. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so very much. Just in case you are new here, SBK is short for Skyblock Kingdoms, which is a very lovely SMP that is filled with a whole bunch of awesome people. And not too long ago, they created a data pack that creates a whole bunch of different biome-specific fish that you can catch. And I immediately knew that that is what I wanted to do. So I've got it all downloaded, and I'm going to do my very best to try and catch at least one of each of the different types of fish. Now, there are a lot of different fish in this pack, all with, of course, different rarities and different weight classes. However, I am not going for a completionist part of this. That would definitely probably take the rest of my life. So we're just going to be going for at the very least one of each. And there are a lot of different biomes that we have to go through, so there's going to be lots of exploring and a whole bunch of fishing. However, this video is going to be much more relaxing than my regular ones. There's not going to be any big time lapses or anything like that. It's just gonna be me having the best possible time I can while I'm doing my fishing. And I hope that's okay. That being said, we are good to go and get started on making ourselves a lovely little world, and we are of course going to put it on hard difficulty in survival. And before I forget to mention, this data pack was made by Hauziki and Avid MC, so thank you to both of them so much for creating such a lovely pack for their community, and I cannot wait to play it. That being said, let us just jump straight into it. I wonder what biome we're gonna spawn in. I don't really know which fish there are. Oh, let's go! We got a spruce biome! Oh, that's perfect! I definitely know that the spruce biomes are one that you need for, I think, the ice fish, right? I don't remember exactly, but I know Pai Pai Samurai gave me a lovely little checklist so that I can help try and find these fish a little better, as well as the checklist having all of the different odds and everything on it. So that's gonna be quite helpful. Oh goodness. Okay, well, I guess the very first thing that we really need is just a fishing rod, right? And I don't know if this is an ocean. This could be an ocean. If it is, that's going to be amazing. There's structures that spawn inside the water sometimes. They're like little drowned, ruined temples situations. And a majority of the time, the chests that spawn and underneath like the suspicious gravel and everything, they usually have a fishing rod inside of them. So if I can manage to get myself a fishing rod without having to hurt a spider, that would be lovely. Because if there's anything I think you should know about me and playing Minecraft, it's that I am almost entirely a passive player, meaning if I can help it, I'm not going to hurt anything in the game. So that means no farms, that means probably no wither fights or ender dragon fights or creeper farms, nothing like that. It's just gonna be me playing my favorite game, having the best possible time, doing a whole bunch of fishing. Oh, this does look like an ocean biome of some sort. So I really need to keep my eyes open for one of those little drowned temples. All right, so we're gonna do some scouting around. We're gonna make a couple of the stone tools, and this is actually it's quite non-stressful doing this. It feels good not being like confined to like one area, since this is such an adventure type of data pack. This feels very good being able to do a bunch of exploring now. Oh, we got a pirate ship. We got a cool little pirate ship over here, although I don't know if, oh no. We got 2 trident drowned down there on top of a nautilus. This is not as relaxing as I was hoping it would be, but at least we did get a lovely little shipwreck over here. That's a good sign. Let's see if they, oh, does this one have a treasure room? That would be very cool if they had a treasure room. Oh, how I wish for treasure. Oh, hey, let's go. We did get treasure. All right, who needs to do anything in this game when you've got shipwrecks? That is so cool. All right, well, I'm gonna pick up these poor sheep and stuff. I didn't notice it, but the wolf over there was beating up the sheep. I mean, he's a good boy. He's just doing his job, but that's a shame. But at least we have a bed, so that's a good sign, and a little bit of food. Their sacrifice will not be in vain. I will honor you, sheep, forever by having you in my tummy. All right, we need to get started on doing the basic stuff with, I think, one of the very first things that I want to do is I'm going to make a shovel so that I can dig out the sand a little easier, and we also are going to be making a shield so that we can a little bit easier deal with the trident drowned. I guess we can make an iron pickaxe. I mean, maybe we'll make some armor as well. Oh wait, we need to finish checking this place. I didn't even go check everywhere yet. I only just did the front one and that's it. Yeah, there we go. And a buried treasure map. Well, I guess we could do the buried treasure map. Looks about this location. And there we go. All right, what do we got in here? Nice. We got some fish in here. Oh, I love it. They're so beautiful. And now we can make ourselves a bed. A blue bed too, and it matches our outfit. All right, we've got some lovely materials. I think we are good to go and try and get started on gathering our fishing rod if we can possibly get one. We've got a few that we can try and choose from here. I think we'll try this one first. One directly below me. Or maybe this one is probably best. Oh, let's go! Unbreaking 3, who cares? I don't need another one. This is gonna work just fine. Nice, we do a little drive-by. We do a little drive-by fishing around here. All right, well, we got our fishing rod already. That was fast. Which does, of course, mean we are now going nowhere but up from this point. Because now we get to do our fishing. We get to do our fishing. Boom, boom. So, for the very first time in this world, let us just jump straight into fishing. And there's some stuff I think you should know, and I'm pretty sure it's or for every biome that they've added fish to, there are currently 3 different fish that you can catch. One of them is a legendary, which has a very, very difficult chance to be caught, and then the other 2 are, I think, a common one, and then one that's a bit more uncommon. So there's 3 of them. There's common, uncommon, and then a really hard one to catch. That does not also count the sizes, because all of these fish also come in different sizes as well, which decrease their abilities to be caught. So if we are going for like a Chungus legendary, then oh boy, we're gonna be here all day, probably the rest of our lives. So that's why my objective here is just to catch one of each of the different fish. So we're gonna try to get the legendary as well as the other 2 easier to catch fish per biome. And there are currently 13 different biomes that we need to go through. And I don't know how long this is gonna take, but I'm in it for the long haul, and I've got a whole 7 days I can do for fishing. Oh. Hey, there we go. Our very first custom fish, the light angel fish. So we get an achievement for catching each version of the fish, right? So we get a light, a chunky, a whopper, and a chungus. I don't know if that's the correct order, but that's the 4 different weight classes that you have. So it looks like we get an achievement for each weight and for each fish. So there's a lot of different achievements here, and I love it. All right, so we've got angelfish, a vibrant, majestic fish that seems to have descended from the skies above. It sure looks like it. This is such lovely art for these as well. Oh, I love it. My first one is the angelfish. That's great. That's great. All right, so I just did some checking, and the legendary fish for this biome, the taiga one, is called a music fish. Fiskish. It's a music fishy. And the one that is the common one is a frozen fish. So we've actually got a pretty good pull from this one right here. I mean, it is a light one, but it does also say the biome and the weight on the fish as well. So that's very cool. I'm so happy to be doing this. I cannot wait to catch all the different ones. This is all I want to do. Building is great and all, but this is it. This is what makes me happy, and I'm so happy to be making this video. And thank you again to Hauziki and AvidMC and all of the SBK people for making all of the different arts and stuff. Oh, I don't think I said it before as well, but I think Hauziki and Avid did, on top of all the texturing and coding stuff, they did give each of the Skyblock members the ability to make their own fish based on whatever biome that they are attached to in the sky, right? So for example, Pai Samurai, they're part of the Bamboo Kingdom, right? And they made the bamboo dragon, I'm pretty sure, which is definitely my favorite one. Oops, sorry, I just asked Pai, and apparently it was nature. It was nature of gaming. I'm so sorry. Okay, back to the video. Although I do think they all are very lovely, and I'm excited to see them all. I just thought I wanted to share that very quickly. So we've got 2 of the 3 fish for this biome. So really, all we're really like hunting for is the legendary fish in all of these biomes. I imagine that's the one that makes you like stay in the biome for a long time. And I cannot wait to get lure 3 on this thing, as well as I'm pretty sure Luck of the Sea is what helps you catch these fish here, because they're all inside of the treasure loot pool. They're not part of the fish or the junk or anything. Oh my goodness. I completely forgot to mention that there also are shiny fish. Now, they're not different in color. They just are there. When you fish them up out of the water, they come with an enchantment glint like what we've got on our fishing rod here. I just wanted to mention that. So if you wanted a shiny Chungus legendary fish, the odds are, yeah, I just checked. It's a 1 in 39 million chance. So I think it is safe to say that I'm not gonna get one, or probably in my entire life. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna try. And without further ado, let us just do as much fishing as we possibly can, and I will give you updates whenever I catch some good stuff. So for example, like a Chungus fish. It doesn't matter if it's legendary or not legendary, as long as it's something that I feel like is of value. That is going to be lovely for me. Oh, I really would like a shiny one as well. Those look very nice. So, I will get back to you all in a second whenever I catch some stuff, because we've got a long way to go. Oh, wait a second. There we go. Yeah, now we finally got something. A shiny whopper? Wow, that's quite the jump. I'll take it. Our very first shiny fish and a very first whopper. That is so cool. Still no legendary fish. I know that one is going to take a long time. So we're going to jump straight back into fishing. And unfortunately, my very first legendary fish, I accidentally muted my microphone. So at least I'm just happy I got it on. I'm just happy I got it on recording. So we do now officially have the legendary fish for the spruce biomes, which means we are now good to go and go try a different biome place. Now I know there's quite a few of them that are very common. So we're going to try and go for the easiest ones. So for example, we're going to try and go for a plains biome or a forest biome or pretty much anything that's along the way. And thankfully, I did install a mod just now called Voxy to help me see longer distances. So maybe I can find something good. And I definitely found something good. Literally, the rarest biome in the game. I just found it right next to the spawn. That is so crazy. This scene is absolutely amazing. Just in case I did forget to mention it, there are 3 different fish per biome. So that's why I left the spruce one, because I caught the angel fish, I caught the frozen fish, and the music fish. So now we're gonna get started on the mushroom biome places and see what we can catch here. Starting, of course, with the lovely little lava fish, which is the common one for the mushroom fields. It looks so cute. Oh, I love all the fish in this data pack so much. And I just want to say it right now. So nothing could have prepared me for the fish that I just caught here. And I'm so glad that I've decided to do voiceovers instead of the live reactions, because it basically is just my noise suppression kicking in for every word I say because of how loudly I scream. So this right here is the legendary fish for the mushroom biome, as well as being the biggest possible size, which is I've just checked, and it's roughly a 390,000 chance of getting that. So I fear that my luck for this data pack has just completely run out in catching this, because oh my goodness, I don't know how I've caught this, but I cannot be happier. Which now means we need only one more fish from the mushroom biomes, and it is going to be the fire jellyfish, which is this lovely little guy. Oh, it reminds me so much of SpongeBob. I do love them. Which means we have 2 biomes now, all fully finished. So we can now move on to another one of the common ones, which is this little tiny piece of plains biome over there in the I just pointed like you can see it. There's a little piece of plains biome out in the distance over there, and we're gonna try doing some fishing over there, and hopefully there's like a forest biome and everything nearby for that as well. So the very first common fish that you get in the plains biome is this little pebble fish. They're so cute. It looks like a boat, smells like a boat, but it's a fish, of course. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot to mention that this data pack actually comes with custom bobbers and stuff as well. Oh, no way. Wait a second. Oh, Chungus boatfish. Let's go. Oh, I love them so much. My little boatfish. Anyway, as I was saying, this data pack actually comes with custom bobbers that you can equip to your fishing rod if you catch I'm pretty sure it's 100 custom fish in the specified biome, right? So for example, if I catch 100 of the fish in the plains biome, then I'll get the oak kingdom, right? Because oak spawns in the plains biome. Oh my goodness, my GUI is so small. Oh, hello. This is a new little fishy. It's a little pink fish. So we've just got one more fish to catch here, which is the legendary one, and I have no idea what it might be. We're just gonna keep on going. Wait a second. Hey, wait a minute. I got 2 Chungus boatfish? I didn't even notice that. I don't know what I would do with 2 of them. I'll take it, I guess. I didn't even notice. When did I get that? Whoopsie. Oh, wait a second. That scared me. Shiny light bee fish. Oh, they're beautiful. Goodness, we're getting so many cool things. I don't know if I could possibly comment on all the different things in this data pack. There's so many things. So we're just gonna keep going until we get something either crazy rare or until we get the legendary. So we got a nice shiny little bee fish, and let's get straight back into fishing. No way, we finally got it. Let's go. We got the space guppy, a legendary light. It is just regular, of course. A 2 to 3 foot fish with prized diamond eyes. Oh, look at them. They're beautiful. Oh, I love them so much. Oh, I am just glad that we got it already. This definitely has been the most difficult one to catch by far. So now we gotta go to the next biome, which I reckon is gonna be probably a forest biome, because this is one of the easier ones, right? Plains, that's quite common. So now we gotta go find a forest. I imagine there's one nearby. I mean, there's a bunch of trees. Oh, I knew there was gonna be a forest around here somewhere. It's very common. So in order to prevent this video from being 40 plus minutes long, I think I will only update you from now on if I catch a new fish. I mean, I've already been doing that, but it's going to be much more extreme now. So I will make sure to be recording every single second of fishing, and maybe we can do some time lapses if things take much longer than normal. However, I am now going to be only doing updates for when I catch any of the new fish, or at least, you know, one of the new 3 ones that this biome in particular has. So we've got 3 new fish we gotta catch of any size and variation. It's totally okay with me. So without further ado, let's jump straight into our forest fishing, the 4th biome on our list. We already got one of the common fish. Wow, that was like my first one I fished up here. But we got 2 more to catch, so let's jump straight back into it. No way. All right, cool. We got the seahorse. That's so cute. He's a whopper as well. That's so cute. I love it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my goodness, no. What's wrong with it? A clownfish? I mean, it's good art. It's great art. I'll say that. But what in the world? He's so sad. Oh, it's so sad. What happened to him? I'm sorry. So that is 4 biomes done now. So we've got the legendary clownfish, we've got the rare seahorse, and the common catfish. Which means we're good to go. And I reckon the very next place that I want to go is the birch biome. Oh, we've got a lovely little a swamp biome. Oh, and we've got a dark oak. Let's go, we got a dark oak. Okay. I just came over here for the swamp biome. I don't remember if there was anything there or not. The real question is this a birch forest? Nope, this is just a regular forest. All right, well, I guess we're not gonna do birch forest. I have not been having any luck, unfortunately. I guess we're gonna head over to the dark oak biome, and we're gonna see if we can get anything from there. Oh, we got tall birch biome. Is this an old growth birch right here? What is this? Old growth birch. Let's go. Ooh, here we go. This seems good enough. All right, so I guess we're gonna do some old growth birch, and then afterwards we'll look around for a regular birch biome, and if there's not one, we will move on to the dark oak. Oh, hello. We got a new fish, a light Roman goldfish. Toga. All right, well, that's one of them done. So now we just need the legendary and the rare version, whatever they might be. All right, I think, unfortunately, this video is already going to be very, very long. So I think in order to preserve some of the viewing experience and to make sure the video isn't too long, I'm going to do a bunch of time-lapse related fishing. I don't really know how I'm going to do that though, but I will make sure to record every single second and share with you all whenever I get something new. So without further ado, let us just jump straight into some fishing, and I'm going to drink some tea. And welcome back from the lovely little fishing time lapse, and this is the moment right here where I caught the rainbow flying fish, which is the legendary for the old growth birch. And it is so beautiful. Honestly, I accidentally thought it was a stingray at first, or something like that, but I didn't even read the name. It's a flying fish. So that is now all 3 of the fish that we can catch in the old growth birch. So now we get to move on to one of my favorite places, the dark oak biome. And the very first one that we caught is a doke fish, which is so cool. I really do love these art. This one seems to be a bit more of a higher resolution than the other ones. I wonder why. And then I accidentally was not recording at all when I caught the copper one, so I did reload up flashback just so I could see it, which does of course mean we can now jump straight back into doing our time lapses and stuff. And so the time has finally arrived, and we caught the abomination, which is the legendary for the Dark Oak Kingdom, and they are, oh my goodness, they're so gross. I love them. It must be the dredge experience here that's making me like the gross little fish. I wonder why. But we now have all 3 of the Dark Oak, and I do really love them. They all seem to be in a higher resolution than the normal ones, but that is okay. I do still think they look really cool. So we are now going to go straight across this little pond here to the Birch Kingdom so that we can, or I guess the regular birch, not the old growth birch, and see if we can catch any of the lovely fish from this location. Starting, of course, with the common one, which is this little birch. It is not wrong. The description says has a sickly hue, and it certainly looks that way. And then there is the second fish from the Birch Kingdom, which is definitely my favorite. It is so cute. It's just got a bunch of little flowers around it. I love them. They're just little fishy. Look at them. They're so flowery. Which does now mean that we have both the common and the rare fish. So we're gonna do some more time lapsing and stuff. And 2 seconds. A worm? Excuse me? I just caught a little worm. Huh? A wormy? Oh, it's so cute. I got a wormy. All right, well, I guess that is the birch kingdom all fully finished. That's all 3 of them. Which means we are good to go to the very next biome, which we had to decide was the cherry grove, because it was the only one that was even remotely close to me that I could see. The only problem with cherry grove biomes is that more times than not, they do not generate with like rivers or lakes or any oceans nearby, because a lot of the time they're on top of a mountain. So I did have to manually build my own little pond here just so that I could get some of the treasure items from fishing, because that's what loot pool the data pack fish are part of, the treasure loot pool. So I had to make a big old pond to increase my chances at the very top of the mountain. And we did catch already one of the lovely little cherry salmon. We just now are waiting for the second rare, or I guess the first rare. Okay, I'll take it. My first shiny in the cherry biome. It's beautiful. Wow. All right, that's going straight into the bundle. All right, we gotta get straight back to fishing though. As right after we got the cherry salmon, we now have the lovely trapdoor fish, which was significantly harder to catch. Like there was a humongous time gap between the cherry salmon and the trapdoor fish. I don't know why. This one felt much more rare than the common one, which now leaves us with just one more fish to catch in the cherry grove biome, which is of course the big ol' legendary. So we are going to jump straight into time lapsing until we can get it, because I feel like that's a pretty good format for these videos right now, is that we do the common fish and then we just time lapse until we get the big one, because who's gonna watch me fish in a cherry grove biome for 6 hours straight? Anyway, let us just jump straight back into doing a whole bunch of fishing. And welcome back from the big ol' fishing time lapse. So this right here, this is the legendary fish of the pink biome. Why did I forget the cherry grove biome? I don't really know what it is. I think it looks really cool, but I don't quite understand what the fish is gonna be. It's just like, it's like a cod. He's got like a little pair of goggles on. That being said, we now have all 3 of the fish for the cherry grove biome, which means we can now move on to the mangrove biome, which we did have one very close by. I completely forgot to note it down, but when we went through the swamp earlier that was next to the dark oak and the birch and stuff, we did have a little mangrove swamp right next to it, so we are quite lucky. And continuing that trend of being quite lucky, we immediately catch the lovely little rare fish from the mangrove swamp, which is the light mangrove shark. They're so cute. Whoever does the mangrove art it's so lovely and I love it. And then straight after getting the lovely little mangrove shark, we are now tasked with getting the big old dead fish. I really do. I really love this art, especially the little dead little fish bones. I don't know why it's so cute to me. That is all of the common ones from the mangrove. So we're good to go back into our little fishing time lapse. And welcome back from the lovely little fishing time lapse, and that is the legendary right there. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be an axolotl. The eyes are a little funny. They're really cute anyway, which means we now have all 3 of the fish from the lovely mangrove swamp, and this one has taken just as long as the cherry biome. I will say it. I don't know what happened, but this has taken a really long time to get one. But on the bright side, we now have only 4 biomes remaining. I'm pretty sure, which is very exciting. I'm really excited to get this week all done and dusted, because I have unfortunately been taking quite a toll on myself doing all this fishing. So my schedule is every single day I wake up at 8 a.m. and then I fish until 4 a.m. and then I go to sleep and then wake up at 8 a.m. and continue fishing. I am giving it my all for this data pack, and I'm so tired, but I gotta keep fishing. So our next biome is going to be the desert, fortunately. It's going to be quite a contrast to all the different biomes I've been to so far. It's going to be nice doing some barren fishing. It's been a while since I've been to a desert, and I quite enjoy them. And the very first fish that we get from the desert biome is this little tiny glassling. They're so cute. They're just a tiny little glass fish. That is such a cool idea for a desert. I really love them. And then straight after that, we have the very cool pricklefin. That's a very cute name as well. So that is both of the fish so far from the desert, which means we have only the legendary left. And we'll do probably one more time lapse for this video, because they are quite a bit to watch. So, but this is going to be our very last time lapse, and I'm sorry. And one humongous time lapse later, we now have officially caught the legendary for the desert, which is called the Sunset Scaler, and that is such a crazy cool name. I really don't know who does these names or the art or anything, but they are all just absolutely amazing, and I cannot say that enough this video. And that being said, we now have again all 3 of the fish from the desert biome, and I love them so much. But we are now good to move on to the very next one, which is probably going to be one of the neighboring biomes. So it's either going to be the bamboo jungle or the jungle, and I think we're going to do the bamboo jungle, just because I really want to see the bamboo dragon, as well as, of course, the runefish. Definitely one of my favorite ones. The art on these are so good, as I say once again. But this one I do know the artist for. This one is actually Pi and their partner. So thank you to them, of course, for their lovely contribution to the fish, and I love them so much. Ooh, which now means we can go and finally capture the bamboo dragon, which is by nature of gaming. One of the best fish here, of course. I don't know what it is about this one that I love so much. Maybe it's because it reminds me a bit of a seahorse. Either way, it is so cute, and we are now good to go until we catch the legendary, which I thought I knew what it was, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But I'm not going to do time lapse this time. Instead, we are just going to mark the point in fish that we have caught, and then how long it took to catch it. So currently I have 11,897 fish caught, and when we catch the legendary, I have no idea how much we'll have, but we will have to see. Just really quickly, while I'm doing my fishing, I just wanted to point out that for some reason I keep on getting stuff just falling right out of the sky. I don't really understand it. We've got some bows. It's mostly like junk stuff. We've got bows. We've got books. I get a lot of bones. I get lots of lots of leather boots and stuff. So it's all fishing loot. But it's just coming straight out of the sky. I mean, is it because I'm in a bamboo biome? Is there like I don't know. I don't know, but I'll take it. Bunch of free stuff. And with the mysterious magical garbage falling from the sky out of the way, we finally caught the infected quartz fish, and they are so cool. I do really love them. Of course, I say that with everything, but this data pack has just been such a joy to play. And honestly, it makes me want to play Skyblock. Maybe I could do something in the future for that. I'm not sure. But anyway, we started the quartz fish adventure at 11,897 fish, and we are now at 12,437. So it really didn't take very long. So with that, we are now good to go to the jungle biome, because we've got all of the ones for the bamboo place. We're just gonna take our caravan of llamas, and we're gonna go find a lovely spot to park ourselves. And I cannot find a better place than right here. So this is just a lovely little regular jungle biome bordering an ocean. And it is so cozy, and I'm very excited to do my fishing here. So without further ado, let us just jump straight into catching the lovely little slime fish, which is the common fish for the regular jungle biome, and they are so cool. They're so slimy. And straight after that, we did manage to catch the rare fish for the jungle biome, which is called the core fish. They're so cool. It says it's normal, but it's got a third extra eye on the top of its head. And it's a little grotesque. I don't think that's normal. Remind me not to swim in these waters. Clearly there's something wrong. So with that, we do now have 2 of the jungle biome fish, which means we just now need to get the legendary one, and we are currently at 12,449 fish caught. So let us just hope that it is not a humongous journey, and let's jump straight into fishing again. And after a whopping 2,000 fish, I was lucky enough to catch the jungle legendary, which is this cute old little glitch fish. I don't really know what it's supposed to be. It looks a lot like a little crab pincer, but I do still love them very, very much. And only 2,000 fish is pretty good for a legendary. I keep on forgetting that the odds for these are extremely high. It's like a 1 in 5,000 chance. So the fact that some of these, I'm pretty sure for the mushroom biome, I got one within like 10 fish or something like that. I caught the common one, but I caught a Chungus legendary before I even got the rare one. So that's pretty cool. But we are now good to go to the poke biome, or the pale oak biome rather. However, the pale oak biomes, as we know, typically do not generate with big ponds or next to oceans or anything like that, because they are usually like central, I think, to dark oak biomes. So I had to once again make my own little pond in the middle to do all my fishing and stuff, which was not a problem, of course, because we immediately got the light little sad milkfish, which is it's terribly sad. Why is it so sad looking? The world will never know. Although for some reason, to me, whenever I look at this fish, I can only see a plucked chicken. Like it looks like a piece of raw pale chicken. I don't know why. And then straight after that, we got the lovely midnight angler, which is what I can only imagine is an anglerfish. And they're very, very intimidating. The mouths always scare me on these anglerfish. It must be because I watched a lot of Finding Nemo when I was little. But that being said, we now have officially caught every single fish in this data pack except for one, and that is the pale oak legendary. And I have no idea what it's gonna look like, and I'm not gonna do any voiceovers for it. So I'm just gonna get straight into fishing for as long as I possibly can. I've only got 1 day left for this. So I really hope this goes well. Oh, let's go. Yes, let's go. It's only a light one, but who cares? Well, I don't even know how to say this. Is star eat you? I stare at you. Oh, okay. Oh, I see it now. I stare at you. That is so cool. A truly nasty eel-like creature. Be careful not to blink. Oh, it's spooky. I love it so much. That is so cool. Oh, this one I felt like this one didn't take nearly as long as the other ones. What are we? 15,520 fish. So yeah, only 1,100 fish to catch this one, that's pretty good. You know, pretty much this whole series has been me just been having a great time. You know, believe it or not, these legendary fish have a 1 in 5,000 chance of being caught. So the fact that I was able to get all of them this week is absurd. But also, I just looked and I have 110 hours of fishing this week. I don't think I could have done it without my little caravan of llamas here. I just been slowly picking them up over time, and I've been using them as my storage for all the different mending books that I get. So they've been keeping me company here. Oh, except this one, I guess. I didn't befriend this one yet. Whoopsie. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go sleep now. We did finally manage to catch every single fish that this data pack has available, excluding, of course, all of the different size variations and the shiny ones. But we do have, at the very least, one of each of the different fish, which I will go through. So, at the very beginning, we got all of the ones for the spruce biome, which are these three, and of all the fish I've caught, this one right here is the only one that doesn't stack. It's the only one I can't put in a bundle because it's a music disc, which is quite unfortunate. But we did get the spruce biome, we got the mushroom biome, we got the plains biome, I'm pretty sure, and then we had the forest biome, and then we had, of course, the old growth birch biome, I'm pretty sure, and then the doke, followed by, of course, the regular birch biome. Still, I still love them, even though they're a worm. And then the lovely cherry grove biome. I still don't quite understand what this one is. It is just question marks after all. And then after that, we had the mangrove, and then the desert, then the bamboo jungle, my favorite one still by far for some reason. I don't know what, the runefish and the bamboo one are so cool. And then the regular jungle, followed by the pale oak biome. This has been one of the best weeks I've maybe ever had, because A, I didn't have to gather materials for building, B, I didn't have to do any sort of creative planning, and C, I got to fish for a full 7 days. And now, with us having caught every single fish in this data pack, I think I have just about unfortunately run out of time for today's video. So, I thank you all so very much for watching SPK Fishing with me. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye! Bye-bye!